Good morning, listeners. Welcome back to the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions shows with Ronald Couming right here on 980 WCAP, based in Lowell, but we have a reach of about 1.5 million. Also streamed live on the Internet, and you can get us by going to WCAP. Website.com 980, or you can go to RCS Technology Solutions website, go to the media tab, click on radio show, and just click on listen live. My name is Ron Couming from RCS Technology Solutions. We provide business owners with the opportunity to avail themselves of the power of the internet, getting more businesses, how to attract more business, more clients, how to attract them, keep them, retain them, and just how to do better online. Better online presence means more money in your pocket. But this show is basically dedicated, we have 3 sections. The first 2 sections, we interview experts from around the country and locally, if it's appropriate. And what we do is we just try to give some actionable tips to help the viewers increase their internet marketing or business solutions. And in some cases, there'll be business coaches, personal development, because those things can also hold you back. So whatever will help you increase your business success and also your happiness in life. So the first 2 sections are dedicated to that. And the third section is where I give actionable tips for your internet marketing. All the guests come on the show. It's totally free. They don't pay to come on the show. I don't get paid to be on the show. This is totally free for our listeners to try to help you. So our first guest is Davey Williams. And Davey is a peak performance coach who helps businesses be their best through simplicity. He will be discussing the importance of your brand being its best when marketing and optimizing. Davey will cover why being the best is important when you're marketing your business for exposure. Because when people find you, your value has to trump your worth. So, Dave, how you doing today?
Ron, I'm fantastic, man. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. How you doing? You're from Philly, right?
I am originally from the Philadelphia area, yes, sir, right outside of it. I spent 13 years in beautiful, sunny South Florida. We live in the Poconos now, but you're going to find it hard-pressed for me to be in a bad mood right now because I'm in sunny South Florida for Thanksgiving, and Mother Nature gave me a chance to get out before she brought her temper.
Oh, nice. It's we just had a little bit of snow dusting last night, and it's about 39 degrees right now. I just got back from California, wishing I extended that stay another week.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. And I have to be honest, for those who didn't have the luxury like I did to see Ron doing his videos when he was out there for that Habitude conference, what a phenomenal setting, just absolutely perfect. And if it isn't Ron, if he's not sharing that beauty with everybody and putting a smile on their faces. So as stoked as I am to be here right now, I was equally as jealous that you were out there in California. So
excellent. Yeah, I had 2 great conferences out there. But tell us about your system. How do you help businesses get their peak performance in their marketing?
Sure, absolutely. I have a system that I created called the Seashore, and that is spelled C-S-U-R-E. It's honestly inspired by the Jersey Shore, where I spent all of my summers growing up. You know, one of the things that I always appreciated about the beach and the seashore setting was the simplicity of the lifestyle, but also lessons that we can learn from even just sitting and staring at the waves. So a lot of what I do with my coaching, it's beach-inspired, but the message is very, very powerful. So for business owners that are on this audience, or even people who are aspiring to go into business, the first thing that I do is focus on clarity. Now, there are a lot of coaches out there, very successful ones, that always talk to people about how important clarity is. And I 100% agree with that, but one of the things you have to remember about clarity is you can't just define what it is that you're looking to do. You have to define what it is that you do not want to do, what you do not want to see happen to your business. So I'm a little old school in my methodology with this. So what I would tell anybody right now, and I hope people while you're listening, you can go along and do this too, write the word clarity down. Spell it out, C-L-A-R-I-T-Y. What I want you to do is pick something with your business, just one aspect that you're struggling with. And I want you to write down exactly what it is that you're trying to accomplish, what it is that you're trying to avoid. But then I also want you to tell me why that is your clear vision. Let's establish your why. The next thing I want people to understand is clarity is useless if you do nothing with it. So the next part of the Seashore is commitment. Now, I always tell people it's impossible to commit to anything without having a level of clarity, because otherwise, what in God's good name are you committing to? That's where confusion and gray areas come in. So once you have that clear state of mind, clear state of understanding, and a clear state of passion, you're able to commit to that. And what that's going to be able to help you to do is take control either of your life or your business. It is also going to help you understand that there are a lot of things, especially in business, and Ron, you know this better than most. There are so many things that we cannot control. And it's very aggravating to people when things don't go our way if we can't control them. Well, with the Seashore, you don't have to worry about that. With a clear state of mind, you're committed to what you're trying to do, you realize that you're in control, nobody else. And this applies to people in any position in any business. You could be a salesperson or a CEO. You have to make sure that you only focus on the things that you can control. The next part of that, it's very simple. You have to do it consistently. You have to clearly define every day what your mission is, commit to it. Remember and tell yourself, I'm in control. I am in control of what happens right now. You do it day after day, month after month, and year after year. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me, is this like a foolproof system? Like, if I do this, is my life going to change? I can't answer that, but I will give you the trick on how to make sure that every day you're able to do this. The biggest C in my Seashore philosophy is compassion. It is imperative that you forgive yourself for anything that you do wrong. If you goof something up, forgive yourself. If somebody goofs something up that maybe you did have control over, you forgive them and you move on. Because compassion is going to revitalize your clarity. The Seashore is a full circle system for all the people that are listening right now. It is simple. I keep everything very simple because in today's world, especially with so much technology, it's very easy to get confused. So I think a lot of times people, when they are trying to build a brand or market their business, you know, they're trying to commit to something without fully knowing what it is that they're trying to commit to, which is why clarity is so important. So I promise you that today when you're done listening to Ron's show, if you're having an issue with your business or in your life, you start with clarity, you commit to it, you put yourself in control, you do it consistently, always remember to have compassion, and I give you my word, it won't be impossible to fail, but it'll be darn close to being impossible to fail. And this is something that you can do as many times as you need to during the day. That is what...
Dave, I love all this stuff you're saying. I just want to let the listeners know, in case they didn't have a pen, that this episode, like all episodes, will be archived, so you will be able to go back and listen to it. It will be on the WCAP 980's website as soon as we finalize that. We're just waiting on some final content revisions from them, and also on RCS's website, same page, media, and then radio show, because this information you're giving is tremendous. And also some of it, like in the first section where you were talking about getting clear, and one of the parts of that is when I work with a client, one of the things we try to get them to do is to pick the one or two or maximum three top revenue producing activities that they are best at, not just that they need to do, but they are best at, and everything else they need to delegate, learn it, do it, delegate it, and we tell them no MWAs, you know what I mean? Anything that's a minimum wage activity, you delegate it, you sub it out, and you focus on what is your biggest producing activities. And so I really like what you're saying.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, and you know, I did a video, I did a Facebook Live video yesterday, and I'm going to do another one this week to follow it up. But one of the things that, whether it's me with the Seashore or like what you do with your clients, Ron, and by the way, I'm just going to go ahead and say this right now. Anybody who listens to Ron's show or who knows Ron, this guy is phenomenal. And one of the reasons that I was so pumped to be on the show with Ron particularly is because when it comes to maximizing your brand, there are certain things that are not in our scope of ability to do. Example is myself. I am not good with search engine optimization, optimizing. I can do it, but it's not necessarily my forte. So we've all heard the cliche of make sure you surround yourself with the right people. I'm going to take that a step further. Surrounding yourself with the right people doesn't matter if they're not the best at what they do. So I believe that Ron is the absolute best at what he does. His business and his niche and how he can help businesses, he's the best. So when you're maximizing your brand, it is very important to have brand collaboration. It's a great feeling to know that when I'm able to help somebody and they say, well, what do I do with my website? How do I make my website stronger? How do I get myself out there more? I can look at them in their face with a smile and say, I have no idea. However, I'm going to get you to the right person, the best possible person that is going to help take your business to the next level. It is very important to make certain that you're maximizing your brand collaboratively with other people because it's a win-win for everybody. Focus on, I like what you said, Ron, about taking those three things, and not worrying about the lower side of things for businesses because, look, let's be honest, guys. If you want your business to be better than everybody else's, the only way to be better is to be the best. Now, I don't claim to be the best business person. I do claim to be one of the best people to motivate businesses from any level and people to help them stare at a brick wall and run right through it. Turn around and laugh and keep running through it. So I think it's always important to make certain that it's not just about you. You have to go out and you have to connect with other people. You have to connect with other businesses. And wherever your business is lagging, where you're struggling, sometimes it's not in your best interest to solve the problem yourself. Sometimes that's where you can maximize having the connections with the best people in their respective niches. So Ron is somebody that I will be sending any and everybody that comes to me with these types of questions, I'm going to send them to Ron because Ron's the best. And I know that if somebody's having a poopy day, they feel like they can't get their head out of the rear, that they're down, I know that Ron knows that he can send people to me or someone like Claudia Soul, who was a guest recently on his show. Make certain that you just stay around the people that are the best at what they do because it makes you the best version of yourself. And that, to me, is the best advice any business owner can get. Don't do it yourself. Do it collaboratively. Do it collectively. But you know what? If you're going to go to the best, make sure that what you're doing, you're the best at it. And the Seashore will help you stay there simply by, again, defining why you're the best. Commit to it. I mean, I make people look in the mirror every day. I've done this in the past, and I make them stare at themselves and say, I am the bleep. And this day, I own this bleep. You have to own it. And it's okay to make mistakes. It is imperative that you get found. It's imperative. It's how every business survives. Look at what Mr. Trump did. He made sure that everybody knew who he was, what he was campaigning for, how he was going to do it, why he was doing it. And whether you agree with the decision or the results of the election or not, there's a really powerful lesson to be learned there, guys. If you want to expose yourself, you better be at the top of your game. And that's what the Seashore is designed to help people with. It's not easy to always stay at the top, but I hate the word easy in business. It's my least favorite word because if you look for easy, inevitably you're going to find hard.
I love Dave. I love what you're saying.
Keep it simple.
Go ahead. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Yep, and I just love what you're saying, man. I mean, I didn't even interrupt you. I didn't want to take away from it. The flow was excellent. I'm looking forward to listen to the review myself, so I can listen to it 2 or 3 times. So the archives are very valuable. And I agree with you. Just keep it simple. Surround yourself with the best. And also, if you can't do something, delegate it. Hire somebody else. If you're, like you said, if you're going to try to do your own SEO, you could read a blog on Google or something and try to do it. But 1, you're not going to do it right. 2, you might mess up your code. 3, you might mess up a lot of different things. But let's say you even basically get some of the basics done. But going forward, now you spent 9 hours doing something that somebody else could have done in an hour and a half. And that 9 hours you could have spent focusing on what you're the best at, or trying to be the best at, and refine your pitch or refine your product and services and make more money. So it goes right back to that simplicity. Michael Gerber too spoke about it in his book. Work on your business. Don't necessarily be in your business. If you're the one doing all the stuff, then you don't have a business. You just have a job. So I really like what you're saying. And also, thank you for the accolades. I might have to put you back in the rotation. You might be on the show again. You know what I mean? Thank you for it. No, just kidding. But
I'm not sure if Boston will be ready for that one, but I would be honored. Look, at the end of the day, man, there's analogies. I use a lot of analogies. I use a lot of simple ones, but my favorite one, and I want everybody to take this and really take this to heart. I'd love to know, your audience obviously can't answer us right now, so I'll ask you, what do you use to clean your ears with? What's that thing that you use? What's it called?
Q-tips or your elbow.
Yeah.
They say don't put anything smaller than your elbow in your ears, right?
Q-tip, right. Here's what I love about that response. It's actually a cotton swab. Q-tip is the Johnson family brand, and they did such a powerful job marketing their brand that when you go out to the store, if you go to Walmart or Target or the grocery store or the Dollar Tree, and you're looking for that product, are you thinking cotton swab? No, you're thinking Q-tip. So what I want everybody to realize right now is Ron is the Q-tip of his niche of business. I try to be the Q-tip of mine. You don't want to be a cotton swab. And Ron made a great point. If you are spending time doing something that you don't understand, like trying to do the search engine optimization, you're just putting yourself in a position to be a cotton swab. You're doing yourself no justice. So how do you fix that? How do you be the Q-tip? You focus on what you're good at. And then you go to the store and you don't buy the store brand. You buy the Q-tip. You buy the Ron Coumings of the world. That's what you do. You want to be a Q-tip. And if you're not a Q-tip right now, as you listen to the show or you listen to the recording and you feel like a cotton swab, then we can fix that. The Seashore can help you fix that. Someone like Eric Swanson. Ron and I both know Eric. Eric is one of the most phenomenal people you're ever going to come across in your life. Master of his craft. He's a Q-tip. Claudia Soul, she's a Q-tip. Most of the guests, if not all of the guests that Ron has on his show, are Q-tips. So if you're a listener and you don't feel like you're a Q-tip, I want you to go to your bathroom, throw it all out, go to the store, buy a Q-tip, stick it right on your mirror in the bathroom, and every day remind yourself, I'm a Q-tip.
Dave, that's incredible. That's incredible. That's excellent advice. Unfortunately, we got to start wrapping it up, but I want to make sure people get your contact information.
Absolutely. If everybody goes to www.dojr, D as in David, E as in Edward, WJR.info. that will forward you directly to my site. It'll tell you guys exactly what the Seashore is, what it's all about. I have some of my blogs in there, and all of my contact information is in there. But if you want to reach out to me directly, everybody, you can absolutely do that. CoachDoJr@gmail.com. My phone number is all over my social media sites, which there's links for that as well. I'm almost impossible to find.
I love it. Dave, thank you very much. This has been extremely helpful. And again, listeners, it is all this will be archived both on WCAP 980 website soon, and it will be up on my website in a couple of days as soon as I get the clip. Dave, you've been a great guest. Listeners, you've been listening to the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions with Ron Couming of RCS Technology Solutions, where we help businesses achieve even greater success using the power of the Internet.